Busto. Each knuckle buster that I reviewed in this lineup was a different size, so and that was out of my control because all three blends were available: Shade, Maduro, and Habano. But they were only available in one size at the shop. So, of course, now when I say size is the blend, of course, size will affect the blend, but the blend is the biggest part. Meaning, if something's a shade cigar and it's available in Robusto and Toro, those Robusto and Toro will be different amongst each other, slightly, maybe a little bit more, but still within a certain range. But no matter what, a Robusto and Toro shade grown, it's not going to be the same as a Robusto Maduro version. So the blend is the blend, and within the blend, the size is the blend. It is the true statement what I'm saying. It's like comparing outside of your element and within your element. So in a blend, the blend is the blend, but within the blend, the size is the blend of that blend. And I can't stress it enough. I can't stress it enough. What the fuck is this motherfucker? Some weird fucking bugs. Get the fuck out of here. That thing just looked weird. We fucking got the fuck out of here. So anyways, Pennsylvania's got just some weird bugs. This is a Robusto. And it did rain, so I'll take it. Cool down a little bit. This one had the most spread on the blend, which is interesting. Connecticut shade Ecuadorian, and it looks a little darker for Ecuadorian Connecticut shade. We got Mexican the binder, which is common, especially in general. They do that on the Macanudo shade grown. Maybe on the on some of the Macanudo Inspirado. Maybe. And then maybe not. And then we have, I remember in my mind, NBCD, Nicaraguan broadleaf, unnamed broadleaf, so it's probably not Connecticut broadleaf. Maybe not. This is from their Punch website. So we have Nicaraguan, Jalapa, broadleaf, Colombian, and Dominican Olor. So a nice combination on the filler. Definitely unique. The question is it going to be a piece of shit? Let's smell the choach. Sometimes when you spread all over the place, it doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes making, a cigar with fillers from like 5 or 6 different areas, in a way, sometimes they cancel each other out, or it's not as exciting as you think it's going to be. Like the opposite of a Puro. So if Puros are Puros because all the filler, binder, and wrapper are coming from the same area, then again, is a real Puro from the same crop, same yield? Then again, is a Puro only a Puro if it's only from the same plant and they're using different, Lajero, Seco, Viso? How pure of a Puro are we talking about, right? Because if you're using pure tobacco, meaning all tobacco from, say, Dominican Republic, but from different harvests and then different aging on the different tobacco, is that really pure? Well, I guess how much zoomed in and zoomed out pure are we talking about? It's like modern dating. Monogamous people, but they're still single. Well, they only fuck one person at a time, allegedly. They're pure, temporary puros. Okay. Temporary puros. Oh, what was my point? So if cigars with all the same tobacco are puros, by legal default, are all cigars that are not puros unpuros? Are they unpuros? And if my opinion, if you have a blend, they always talk about it's a puro, like it's a part of the advertising. It's a puro, Dominican puro, Nicaraguan puro. Well, that's fine, and that could be your advertising agenda, your scheme. my opinion, you're missing out. Just like all tobacco is grown in the sun, whether you have shade, cover, whatever, it's still under the sun. But all tobacco is grown under the moon. To think that nothing happens under the moonlight, well, you're lying to yourself. But also what I wanted to say is, the cigar's not bad. What was my point? Oh, unpuro. Just like you have single malt and blended Scotch whiskey. Perhaps instead of saying unpuro, you could say you have puro and blended. Because what is the norm or what is the good? Meaning puro is the good and unpuro is bad. But that's like saying blended Scotch and single malt. Look, not all single malts are better than all blended because there's some great blends. Like Johnny Blue and Johnny 18 is going to be better than most companies' 12-year single malts. It'd be crazy to say that it's better. So what is my point? You know, people will use phrases, even like Cuban and non-Cuban cigars. Well, who agreed upon that? How are all cigars that are not Cuban called non-Cuban? How about all cigars that are not Cuban or let's say Dominican cigars? Or how about this? How about all Cuban cigars are non-Dominican cigars? Or all Cuban cigars are non-Nicaraguan cigars? It's a true statement. Yeah, I like Nicaraguan and non-Nicaraguan cigars. Oh, so all cigars outside Nicaragua? Yeah, they're non-Nicaraguan. Or non-Peruvian. Or non-Connecticut. So you understand what I'm saying, though? You understand what I'm trying to say? Who agreed to these fucking rules? Cuban and non-Cuban. Okay? This isn't a non-Cuban cigar. This is Honduran-made cigar, right? Punch's Honduran brand. And then again, Punch could contract it out to be made in Nicaragua. So where's the brand? Is the brand where the... Then again, Punch is under General, which General's really out of Dominican Republic, majority. But then really Punch is out of, I think, is it Virginia? But really Punch is owned, General, out of Virginia, is not really under just Scandinavian tobacco, which is out of Scandinavia. So which is it? Is this a Honduran Punch owned by Dominican General? The General's headquarters are in Virginia? The really General's really owned by Scandinavian? Not a great cigar, but not bad. Smooth, and in my opinion, it's almost like the great vastness of this blend. It's almost canceling each other. We're going to give it a little time. It's better than the Maduro, but it's not as good as the Habano. So I'll take it, though. It's better than... In the Knuckle Buster line, the Maduro, just pass on it like a hot piece of shit. The Habano is the winner, period. The question is, how much better is this going to be over the Maduro? We'll find out. Okay, we got the Punch Knuckle Buster shade. Pass on this one, too. Although this is better than the Maduro. This is going to be a 4.1. It works. It operates. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it. It has an off-putting taste to it. I'm not enjoying it, although it's more enjoyable than the Maduro. That's how bad the Maduro was. So alone, yeah, I wouldn't enjoy this cigar, but I'd rather smoke this than the Maduro. But the Habano was the only one that was actually solid as itself. So if you're going to have a Punch Knuckle Buster, go for the Habano. The shade and the Maduro, kind of a pass. It is what it is. The information's out there. You either trust Richie or you don't. I don't know. I don't give a shit. You're probably on the toilet bowl. You're probably taking a shit right now. Probably at work hiding somewhere. Nobody cares. See you around.